crowded street and noticed that a majority of people were looking down, not caring about anything else around them, just looking right here. That may be because everyone lately is on their cell phone. In this age of technology, our phones seem to be sucking us out of this world. I would like to discuss with you the problems that new smartphone technology is bringing into our lives. It seems that it's ruining our intelligence, our relationships, and even ruining our safety. When I say it's ruining our intelligence, I know that with smartphones, you can have anything with the press of a button. You can get on the internet, Google what you need to research, and have it like that. However, that also means that we don't memorize anything. We don't know anything. We may know it thanks to Google or Yahoo or Ask.com, but nothing is stored in our brains. We have the calculators on our phones, so we don't have to do simple math every day because it's annoying, or we don't have to calculate tips for our waiters because we have an app for that. And also, with that quick math and the quick internet and everything, it's easier for us to go to that instead of doing what we're supposed to do. If you're working on a project for school and your phone's sitting right there, it's more often than not an average teenager is going to pick it up and go to the internet, go on Facebook, procrastinate instead of learning what they're supposed to be learning. Also, it has an impact on the standard skills we normally learn in everyday life. We're starting to write like we text message. For instance, you'll take notes and you'll write a U instead of Y-O-U. But people are starting to do that in letters and in emails. My parents own an architecture company, and they often get letters from very important coworkers where they'll misspell things. They won't add commas. They'll type as if they're texting a message. And it's really sad that in our society we don't appreciate language anymore because our cell phones are making it easier for us to misconstrue everything. Also, it's been learned that the impact of heavy media and technology use on kids' social, emotional, and cognitive development is very damaging. It's changing how our brains work, and supposedly it's linked in some children's like lowered attention span, lowered comprehension, poor focus, and a greater risk for depression and diminished long-term memory. So that's how it's ruining our intelligence. Now, how it's ruining our relationships. I bet you've been in a situation where you go and hang out with your friends, and it seems as if everyone is on their cell phone. They're all sitting there texting, not paying attention to what you're really saying, not really listening. Even though we have constant contact with everyone thanks to smartphones, it seems that we're losing contact. I know that sounds paradoxical, but we're always in touch with this person and never in touch with who is right in front of us. We also don't get breaks from other people if you're talking to them on Facebook or texting. Once you leave someone at lunch, you can immediately text them right after and start up a new conversation. If you spend too much time with a person, you can get really aggravated with them or annoyed, and constant contact isn't necessarily a good thing. Another thing that smartphones are doing to hurt relationships is it makes it 10 times easier to misconstrue messages between one another. If you text a message to someone, they can put their own tone and inflection into it. So if you, in a fit of rage, just decide, oh, I'm angry, I'm going to text this person, you are a stinky poop head, then they're going to take that in a bad way, and you can't take it back because it's already sent. It's already on your cell phone. It's too quick. Even if you post something on the internet from your cell phone, it most likely will be seen by someone, and you can't take it down. It's in the internet's giant memory. Also, with our cell phones, it tends to be ruining our safety. Because you always hear about cell phone related car accidents. And it used to just be cell phone calls. And people would call people while they were driving and get in accidents, and that was the main cause of death. Now we have texting, we have apps, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have Tumblr, we have thousands of things that we can get on our phone. And when you're driving, it seems that your mind can wander and you'll get a little bit bored, you'll be at a stoplight, you want to do something else, so you just pull out your phone and pick an app or something to do. But while you're doing that, that little tiny distraction allows a millisecond to go by where someone could step in front of your car, or a bicyclist could, cut you off. Someone could try to get in your lane and you won't notice. It's a cause of car accidents. In 2007, driver distractions, like the cell phone or text message app use, contributed to nearly 1,000 crashes involving 16 and 17-year-old drivers. Also, 50% of 18 to 24-year-old drivers admit to texting while driving. That's a lot of people not paying attention. We don't realize that it's more important to pay attention to the road and people's lives and safety than, who just texted you or what notification you just received. Also, another thing that could harm your health with your cell phone is cancer. They recently found out that the cell phones produce radiation, which is called non-ionizing radiation, and it's like a low-powered oven. But still, long-term exposure to cell phones can possibly increase your cancer risk. They did a test where someone used a cell phone for 10 years. The closer you hold it to the ear, the more radiation you receive. And over the 10 years, it doubled the rate of a brain glioma tumor. So, we should start using our cell phones less, because as you can see, there are risks in intelligence and in relationships and in your own health that they can cause. It won't hurt to take a few moments of the day to just set your cell phone down. You don't have to be always hooked in, because it's really not worth it in the end. So instead of being like all the other people and looking down at your phone throughout the whole day, why don't you take a little bit and just look up for a change?